Hey guys, what's going on? So, I'm going over today is going to be the Drip Network. This is what I feel to be one of the best investments that you could be making right now during this market dip. Uh, there's a lot of things that you can be getting into, but this is something that I think is going to turn into something that can be potentially life changing, uh, in just a couple months' time. Um, I'm in a bunch of different passive income projects. These are just some of them. And like just based off of like risk reward and how realistic I think that this is something that you could really put something just, a relatively small amount in the beginning and potentially retire off of. I think this has a very high chance, and it's probably one of the best bets, if not the best bet I know of, and that I've researched to be able to literally retire off of within a couple of months or a little over a year's time, depending on what you put in, or just what kind of efforts you put into the system. But just get back to it. Yeah, I think this is one of the best investments to get into right now during the dip. Now, I started buying into Drip when it was around $65. That's, I think, a little over a month ago. And I basically continued buying. I picked up more at like 85, 100, and even like 125 was where I think my last purchase was before this current dip. And since then, it actually skyrocketed up to I think it was around close to 200 at one point. I think in near the end of January. Um, and but right now with this recent market dip, like I think this is a really good time to get in. And with my investment, just see how mine is going so far. I basically put in 1,500. There was a point where my deposits were worth nearly 3,000 back when I had that a little run up at the end of January. And right now it's back down to basically what my average cost is. So I basically bought some up yesterday. I picked some up around 92. I put like $250 in at 92, and I put in an additional 250 this morning at around 101. And now I'm just going to let it grow. That's a great thing about drip. You get 1% a day, and that can really turn into something, really crazy. Uh, once you compound that and just give it time. And that's the great thing about drip. Like, there's a lot of things that, oh, if you're a millionaire, you can put a million into something and make like, 500 grand out of it. But most people, do not have that. But what we can make use of is our time. So that's really what this is. It gives you the power of being able to leverage your time. So I basically made 7 drip out of this investment so far in the past, like, yeah, I think it's been just over a month for this account. And that basically translates to $700, and almost 99% of that I put back in. I think there's when I first started, I withdrew $80 just to make sure, like, see how everything worked out. But since besides that, I've been redepositing everything. Now, if you are interested in getting in, you could definitely use my buddy link as a referral code. Normally, when you deposit anything in, 10% of your deposit is going to be taxed. So that tax is basically it goes into the pool. But anyone that uses this link, I will be airdropping back like the 10% tax, which is like what I would basically be getting as a referral. I would be getting 10%. So I'll just be sending that back to whoever joins through my buddy link. But just shoot me a message or in the comments below and let me know what your wallet address is, and I will just send that back. And I do plan on sending regular airdrops like every weekend to everyone on my team. But that's besides the point. I really think that this is something really powerful that I made an account for my mom, for my sister, for a couple of my friends, because I really do think this is something special. I don't like pushing things onto uh, people. So a lot of my friends and families, I really just have not told, except like my closest friends and family, because I really, believe in this, and I want to be able to, share it with, my loved ones. But if people do ask me, I'm more than happy to share more information about drip. But and I would suggest this to be like one part of a much broader crypto portfolio. And just a couple other things that Drip has going on is that there's a lot of upcoming partnerships and collaborations that are looking very, very bullish. Now, just based off of the metrics, one drip right now is worth around like 101, and like I said, it pumped near 200, hit almost $200 in January. But it is projected based off of the growth and everything that it's having right now. So it basically hit well into the four figures. There are estimates of 3 to 5,000 based off of the metrics. That we're seeing right now in terms of growth, but I would just set a safe estimate of 1,000. That's basically what how I run my calculations off of. Um, and based off of that, like if I were to not compound or anything and just had this right now, that would basically be worth 23,000 at the end of the year, and I would be basically making $230 a day off of that with a 10% tax, so around $200 I'd be making daily from my deposit right now, which was 1,500 in total. So I really do think that is something that's the potential right there. Really, just the compound adds on top of the price appreciation, and there's a lot of bullish collaborations and partnerships that are coming up soon. A couple of things are Chainlink is going to be promoting Drip, and there's going to be some other partnerships which the details of that haven't really been put out yet. But at the very least, I know Chainlink is going to be having Drip promoted on their website. There's also some partnership with Fury, which is supposed to be, no, which is the largest online casino or crypto casino out there, which is going to have a little special game which you can basically only use with Drip. And then also, oh yeah, Loot NFT is going to be having a partnership with Drip as well. And basically, it's another NFT marketplace, but this one is very unique. And I think the timing of it is very nice with the issues that OpenSea is having. Basically, this is the default website. It's just like an NFT, metaverse marketplace. And then what is special about them is the Lootverse, which is like their metaverse that they're building, and it's basically supposed to be a parallel world. It seems like they've done a lot of fleshing out. Like this is like an example of real estate listing. They're gonna be having their own government, political system. A whole bunch of very interesting looking stuff. So, at the very least, just based off the price appreciation, it's looking very good in terms of all this. Even if the price were to stay the same, here the compound interest is like more than enough like for me to decide to invest in it alone. It's just all these things just make it a safer bet in my opinion. And I always keep my expectations tempered. But it's looking very good and very safe. There seems to be a lot of upside, and not a lot of downside, especially considering the fact that you can literally just start off with like $150 deposit and just grow from that, and that by itself could turn into something crazy. Possibly, something you can quit your job off for just putting like $150 in. And this is actually my first account. I started with $80, $89. And it's been, I don't think it's been 2 months yet. It's probably been like a month and a half. Mm-hmm. And that $89 is worth $221 right now. And that, which I'm going to be compounding back in. So it really can turn into something crazy. And this is just like less than 2 months. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so bullish and why I do really want to pick up what I can, within reason, with the disposable income that I have. During this drip, because I really think that this could turn into something crazy, and I think this is one of the best things to pick up, during this bull market crash. All right. And one more thing I wanted to add, guys, if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. I'm a nurse, so that means full time for me is 3 days a week. So I basically have 4 days off. So I'm usually at home and at the computer, so I should be able to respond pretty quickly. For anyone that's new to Drip Network, basically how you would get started into this is basically transfer BNB to whatever wallet, Web3 wallet that you use. I use MetaMask. That's probably the most popular one that most people use. And if you haven't used one, I would probably suggest that as well. And then you basically just connect to the site. and use your BNB to buy drip through the fountain right here. And then you just deposit it into the faucet right here. Let's say, right there, you just click deposit, and then it'll show up in your deposits, and this is where your accrued interest will be displayed. So, and then when you hydrate, it'll just recompound that back in, and you will continuously make 1% of that deposit right there. So off of this, I'd be making $2.20 a day. It's more like the token, you'd be making 1% on the token, but this is the current value of what that would be right now. And also, in order to sign up, you do need a buddy. So basically, I guess we can't put it here because I already have a buddy, but it'll have a section to just input the wallet address of whichever buddy you plan on joining. So over there, I'll leave my wallet address in the description below, but you can just copy and paste it there if you do want to join my drip team. And yeah, and good luck, guys. And one more thing, guys, this is not any financial advice. This is just stuff that I'm doing in my journey and my goal to help and obtain financial freedom for myself. Me and my wife, we're planning on, making our family a little bit bigger in the future. And I really just want to be able to have more time to spend with my family and, in the future, kids. And I just want to have that freedom to do so instead of having my life like having to live my life around a job, instead of being able to do the things that I want to do, spend the time that I want with people that I want. And you know what? You have one life to live, and that's why I am really just getting heavily into a lot of these different projects. And this is the one I'm most confident about, but I wish I knew about this earlier. But you know what? Like, I'm glad I know what I know now, and I'm glad I'm on the path I am on now. I just want to wish good luck to everyone that's on this path because I know how hard it is. And you just got to keep pushing. All right, that's really what I've learned. I've had, you know, months, almost a year, just trying to do different startups and ideas, and that just didn't work out until like 8 months in, where I was able to make a ton of money. Well, for for me, what is a ton of money out of something crazy that I found? And now I'm just using whatever disposable money I have to keep growing that and make that dream happen. So guys, just keep working at it. Uh, you know, all it takes is time and effort. You can't give up. Like, it's hard. I know that. That's what I've learned. You just got to persevere and push. All right, guys, keep at it.